What up, weirdos? It's your boy, Rain Dog, Range Rizzle, and my co-host, co-captain, Cole, conspirator, Uncle Juju.
What is up, babies?
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to BXTV, aka Back from Hell, your Spotify and YouTube podcast where you didn't know everything you needed to know. With your boys, welcome back. We're glad to be here, excited. You know what I'm saying? Fucking 1:30 a.m. in the morning, but you know, we record this because we want to do this. Nah, but for real, we have fun, and I hope you guys have fun, so make sure you grab your snacks, you grab your drink, grab your doink, whatever it may be, and lock in with us. You know what I'm saying? So, hello. What's up, Juju? How are you, my man?
I'm doing great, my bud. I'm hanging out. I'm ready to do this podcast that we have planned tonight. It's going to be fun. Good times shall be had, you know?
Yeah, nah, for surely. So, if you guys don't know, if you're new here, we do a thing here every week, every night called Comic Book of the Week. It's basically where we take a brand new comic book that came out this past Wednesday. Well, yeah, the past Wednesday, and we review it. We review the story and the art. We put on a scale of 1 to 10 for the story and the art, and let you guys know if you should pull it. Not really worried about the covers. We're more worried about the inside and like how good it is reading-wise. This is Werewolf by Night #1, the red band edition. I got the little poly bag in the back. But yeah, it came with a red band, like Blood Hunt. Basically, it's 18 and up. And if you guys aren't aware, Werewolf by Night is most of you who watch this probably know this, but he is a Marvel character. He first appeared in Marvel Spotlight #2 in 1972. First issue was written by Jerry Conway and Mike Plug. So, you know what I'm saying? He's been around for a long time. But that's not the issue we're talking about tonight. We're talking about Werewolf by Night #1. Right? Yeah, Werewolf by Night, Red Band #1. Written by Jason Lowe, artist Sergio Fernandez Davila, colorist Alex Sinclair, and the inker is Jay Leinstein, however you pronounce it. But yeah, man, this shit was dope.
Yes.
I very
this
much.
Was another.
Oh, go ahead.
Another solid fucking pick this week. We had two, for the Twitch podcast, and this one we had.
Yes, if you're not aware, we do a podcast every Friday and Saturday night at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. Same name, BrainDeadXTV. So make sure you go follow us on Twitch. But yes, we had another one, Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. That was a great fucking pick. And then tonight we have Werewolf by Night #1, the Red Band edition. I mean, dude, I dug it. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I think, personally, because people are going to ask, you know, Red Band, was it violent? Was it bloody? I think it's going to get way more. I think
I think what we had was an appetizer.
Yeah.
At the palate.
100%. And another question that somebody asked me, this book does take place during Blood Hunt. Spoiler alert. There will be spoilers, a couple of them. But this book does take place during Blood Hunt. It's one of the main factors of this book, and it is an ongoing. So if you haven't read Blood Hunt, I would probably recommend you guys reading the 5-issue miniseries Blood Hunt. You don't have to read the Red Band to know what's going on. You can read the regular one. But yeah, this shit was dope, man. I like how it connected to all the other Werewolf by Night issues they've done recently, like Werewolf by Night #1, the one shot, and the Werewolf, the Captain America Werewolf story they did. And a few other Marvel Lights, whatever story that was. But they connected to a bunch of recent issues, so it's not like this is just some random sporadic thing. Like, the castle he's living in is literally the castle from the last Werewolf by Night one-shot issue that he, like, took over from Dr. whatever, this guy who had a bunch of fucking monster things and shit.
Dr. Necro.
Yeah, Necrostein or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But either way,
Um,
that
yeah,
last issue was him and Alyssa Bloodstone uh, killing people, killing monsters and shit, and fighting that
yeah,
doctor. But he lives there now, and he's basically trying to live a normal life. And sure enough, he works on a ferry. Well, first off, there's a streamer trying to break into his house, and
yes,
he's like, "This is the sixth one this week." Basically, kicks his streamer out while he's tearing up, trying to take out this tentacle monster from his house. And the tentacle
yep.
monster comes alive while he's trying to throw it away. It's a full moon, so he fucking goes all werewolf by night, rips it to
Hmm.
shreds. It's super dope panel, 2 pages. It's like two and then one at the bottom if I'm correct. Very appealing. And then you find out that he's a ferry driver, a ferry boat driver, like whatever, captain. He,
I also thought they said that he was like a park ranger too.
oh, is he? I mean, he was driving a ferry when we
Yeah,
in the book. Like maybe they said that and I forgot, but either way, he's driving a ferry and he's writing poetry and he two of his friends that are coming to like look at stuff get on the ferry and he makes it very like clear as day that like they're good friends of him and while they're on the ferry the sky goes dark and basically not basically it does they say it the blood hunt starts. This first issue takes place at like the start of blood hunt, I'm guessing, because it says blood hunt starts and there's like the next page is Conchu and all the vampires and Captain
yeah,
Marvel and all these other people fighting the vampires. And then it goes to the next day or whatever and he wakes up, he feels like shit, you know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't
yeah.
remember anything that happened and he's walking around his property. He smells blood. It smells familiar. Sure enough, it's just two homies that were on the ferry.
Yep.
He kills them. He feels fucking awful. Like he doesn't remember a lickety split thing of it. And sure enough, dude, fucking he locks himself away and we figure this out because Bloodstone shows up and she finds him,
Yep.
Jack Russell or whatever, locked up in this room,
Like chained up.
yeah, and he's basically like, I found my friends dead. I dropped them off at the sheriff's station. They're gonna soon enough learn that a beast did this, which is who I am. And he's like telling her like ever since the blood hunt started, he blacks out every night and like has no control of it, and it's just like getting worse and worse. And Bloodstone also says she's at that castle because a trail of bodies has led her there. A trail of bodies
Yeah.
that quote unquote he has killed has led her to him. So that's why she's there.
Mhm.
But basically her bloodstone emerald or whatever crystal
Makes him
yeah, it makes him
change.
turn into a werewolf. Sorry,
Werewolf.
talking about blood hunt and the vampires. It's all getting confusing.
Yeah.
Uh turns into a werewolf. They get into a big fucking fight. She uses the stone's power to blast the fuck out of him, and then puts her shotgun on him. And he's basically like, I deserve this. Like, I deserve more. That's me. Sorry. But yeah, basically she's like, we're gonna figure this out, blah zy blah.
Yeah.
And I think that was the end, right?
Meanwhile,
No, yeah,
in
no.
Pennsylvania.
Yes, it's not the end. My favorite part of the book. My favorite fucking
Yes.
part of the book, dude. Meanwhile, in Transylvania, there's like an occult meeting going on with vampires and
Yeah.
monks. And what's the dude's name? Death.
First it's night. I think it's Nightcrawler, or something. Nightwalker, something.
Night
similar to that.
Watcher.
Yeah, Night Watcher. He shows up, and he's just like,
Mm.
you need like a change in management.
Yeah.
And, like,
He fucking crushes the vampire's head.
Yeah.
He basically like thrives off dead people's bodies and shit. And like while they're all about to fight, Sure enough, the Hood shows up. If you
The
haven't been
Hood
reading
shows up.
Ghost Rider Final Vengeance, he is the holder of Ghost Rider right now. Him and Mephisto made a deal, and he has been a fucking menace in Chicago.
Menace.
Yeah, dude, he's been going nuts. I love it. Taking down crime lords and shit. Basically, though, he's in control of all these people here. You want to explain?
So basically, he does what we refer to as a hostile takeover, and he decides that not only is he going to take over this uh, coven of vampires and mystics, but he's also going to use them and basically create a fucking empire in fucking
Yeah,
Transylvania,
because they're
and
also
just
trying to.
unleashes all of them.
Yeah, he unleashes all of them in Transylvania. They take over Dracula's castle, and they're also talking about trying to get the Darkhold, but they can't because at the moment
Yes.
I believe Sorcerer Supreme is watching that motherfucker. So, um,
Yes. And they also talk about her having a kid of some sort, like her child, her Darkhold child or something, which that'll be interesting to see.
yeah, I'm very excited that they're connecting all of these little things from Marvel, like Ghost Rider Final Vengeance, like the Hood, like
Yes.
he's completely demon, like, you know what I mean? He even says, who's better to run this than the man who shook the hand of the devil in hell himself and come back? Like,
Yes.
why would you not have him in this story? Like, Jason Lowe or Lou or whatever his name is, dude, fucking genius for bringing him in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a smart move. I think it's great because now you can tie him into other books and things like that,
Yes.
and
And
it
you
won't
can
be
tie him into Blade. You can tie him
yeah.
into fucking
Well,
Moon Knight.
they got to restart a new Blade. That ended
Yeah.
right before Blood Hunt. Fucking weirdly enough.
Yeah. One thing that I would like to point out that I am becoming a bigger fan too. I used to be a DC stan, and I used to love DC because they had the occult and like the dark and the gritty. I'm starting to love Marvel's occult side of
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
MCU, or not. I don't want to call it
It's
the
because I
MCU
made
because that's just cinematic, but you know what I mean.
it's
It's Marvel.
it's because I
You
made it's
know?
because I made Juju read Ghost Rider Final Vengeance,
Yes.
Helverine, and now Werewolf by Night, and Werewolf by Night references the first issue
Oh yeah.
of Final Vengeance. So it's like Juju finally gets to see Marvel connect worlds that are like not
And
Iron Man and Spider Man,
yeah,
and it's
it's
like,
like the Dark Avengers. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
dude,
Like
like
it's
yeah.
the dark side of fucking Marvel that I'm kind of tired of the squeaky clean, everything new. Like they walk into an Avengers headquarters and you can still smell the pine on like the bleach on the fucking floor.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to see like dark and scary and magic and like afterlife stakes and like spirituality thrown in there
You should
for
definitely
you know
you should just buy because I think you own the first one on your Kindle. You should buy the last 3 of Helverine. That 4-issue miniseries
yeah
was good. That was good all the way through. Like I actually
yeah.
enjoyed that, and I think it'll be fun. There's a new one starting too. Like the FOC was this Sunday. I got a Scotty
Yeah.
Young cover. It's Ghost Rider doing a fucking tail whip on a bike as like a kid. It's the Scotty Young variant. But yeah, no, I'm very excited for the future of Werewolf by Night. I think it's gonna be very exciting, and I think the art is amazing. Like I think it is. I think the art is really good. I
Yeah.
wish I'm kind of hoping that they really just lean super heavy into like the Ghost Rider, the Blade,
The su- the supernatural.
Man Thing. I hope Man Thing makes an
Yeah.
appearance. Like, like you said, Moon Knight, Mephisto, fucking, whoever. Even Magic or something would be cool. Like,
Yeah, or Strange, because this is kind of also right up his alley.
yeah, I
Like
mean, well,
maybe they could go to him for like to try and help the werewolf situation. You
I'm
know.
not gonna I'm not gonna spoil Blood Hunt for you, so you got to finish Blood Hunt and
No.
you'll see where Strange
Okay.
is. Uh, but yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm very much excited. I think everybody should pull this book. Juju has went to he called 3 comic shops and none of them had it on the shelves left, so it
Yeah.
definitely sold. Like, it's a selling
Yes.
book. And I'm super super hype. I think they said that Hulk has something to do with coming up soon in it.
Yeah.
I think they said watch out for Hulk and a couple other characters.
Yeah. That was. Yep.
Cause
Well, this
Hulk,
is also a
cause if you
good.
don't, cause real quick, if you don't know, Hulk right now, the whole story is the mother of monsters chasing down Hulk. So all of the
Yeah.
all the cult people, like Man Thing has already shown up in Hulk, and it's been a bunch of ghosts and demons and shit. So, I hope we see a Wendigo in this story. I definitely hope,
Mm.
cause I read Red Hulk recently, and there's a giant size Hulk issue with Red Hulk where he fights a Wendigo and there's like an army of them that end up coming to Rome or like some shit like that. I don't remember where they come, but they fuck it. It's crazy. But I hope we see a Wendigo and some other cool shit
Yeah.
like that. But I give it a 10, man. I think it was dank.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this. I'm. I'm really mad at Third Eye. Those motherfuckers need to email me so I can go and get my copy because I want a physical copy.
Yeah.
Like,
You should try calling and emailing again. You should definitely email again. Like,
yeah.
but I would call too, just in case. But yeah, you definitely, you know what you need to do? You need to you need to call, you should have did it while you were in there, you should have did it while you were in there today. But you need to get your pull box set up at Velocity
Yeah.
and just have them pull this for you. So every time it comes out, you just have an issue.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I was trying to. I didn't have very long to kind of
Yeah,
like
I know.
sit there and
I get
negotiate.
that.
I
I get it. I'm
but
not trying to bust
no,
your
I'm trying
balls.
to get on that. And this was like, no, this is something that like it needs to be worked on now, if not evident for this book, because I had to go to Rainey's house to read it, because I'm not borrowing it and taking it out, out in public. That's
Yeah, no. I
can't
probably
stay on
wouldn't.
that one.
Yeah, this
So
one stays in the crib. This is a Percy book. Juju did gift
yeah,
me a sick ass Nocturnals Omnibus #1 by Dark Horse. I read the first half of the issue #1 while I was waiting for to go live, and I just want to
yeah,
say I'm very interested. I think it's very cool. I don't have much Dark Horse on my shelf, so I like that
mhm,
the Dark Horse I have is very like out there. Like it's like the Mask Omnibus, and now this, and a couple others. So very excited to get into it. But what I wanted to say,
yeah,
next time you're in Velocity, if you go to the Epic collections, be like, hey, Rainey told me you guys have Epic collections. Tell him you're looking for a Ghost Rider one. It'll be like
okay,
it'll be like one of the early. It'll be a collected like storyline of early issues from like when he first came out, or like in the 90s, one of the two. You know what I'm saying? It'll tell you on the back,
yeah,
but it's like the best way to like not have to buy an Omni. And if I'm correct, like the Omnis are like, or the Epics are like on a discount or so. But just name drop me, be
okay,
like Rainy, just say Rainy sent me to get, because they'll take you to the Epic collections. They'll show you where they are,
okay,
and there'll be like tons of Marvel characters. They're all Marvel ones. So, and they're like this
yeah.
thick, so like they're pretty decent.
I perused a lot of the like that side that was just the collected omnibuses and like the trade paperbacks. So like
They have a
but
nice
next time I will
selection.
absolutely. Oh, dude, there was one thing that caught my eye that it was like $60 is a little bit, and it was the Twilight Zone.
Oh no,
Twilight Zone comic book.
see, no, because this is what you'll understand though. the single like Twilight Zone #1 is an expensive book. So like getting the $60 collected is way cheaper than trying to collect it and read it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. I was also just like,
Like
oh,
for
my
right
heart
now it
burns.
is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I get that. I get that. That'd be
I was
sick as
just like,
fuck though.
yeah, because like I will be honest with you. I loved the Twilight Zone, the old black and white Rod Sterling from like the '60s. Fucking loved it. Like, and there's some episodes that are fucking scary, but there are also a lot of episodes that make you think about like society and the world and what we're doing.
We had
So
to we had to
see
re-
that.
we had to read this short story in 7th grade, 8th grade that was based off a Twilight Zone episode. And then we watched the Twilight Zone episode. And it's the one where they all think that like aliens or a monster lives in their neighborhood.
Oh, the monsters are to
Yeah,
Maple Street,
yeah,
and the
yeah,
aliens are watching the humans, and they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Yeah, no, we're not fucking with these." Yes, yes, that's one of my favorites. My all time favorite one, and then we'll move on. Is the one where the bank teller is always reading, and everybody's harping on him because he's just like a fucking loser, and all he wants to do is sit there and read his books, and his wife like blacks out all the fucking pages. So then one day he goes in, and a fucking nuclear bomb goes off, and he's the only survivor. Like, it's the one with the glasses, the famous twist ending.
You're so funny, dude. Fucking Twilight Zone.
Which, as a kid with glasses, I totally understand that shit. Like, I'm stockpiling glasses now. Like,
I'm stockpiling glasses now. So what's up next, Juju?
yeah. So, who's the Marvel character that you absolutely don't want to get stoned with?
Oh man, somebody from Marvel that I don't want to get stoned with. That's a tough one. Who's yours?
I have a controversial pick.
Who's that?
Deadpool.
Oh, why?
Because I have come to expect from Deadpool comics, the movies, and various media that at some point in time, if you're hanging out with him, possibly smoking weed, somebody's going to come in and try to kill him or take him out, and you're going to get caught in the crossfire. And there ain't going to be shit that he's going to do for you.
Yeah, true. True. That and he does cocaine. He mentions it in the movie a lot.
Yeah.
So he's gonna try and pull out a bag of blow while you're smoking weed with him.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I accept that answer. Uh mine's kind of silly. I I would not want to smoke weed with Doctor Strange because I think he would be one of those people who's just like, you got to be enlightened, man. You got to see through the astral plane, man.
Yes.
You don't understand that astrology is real, man. And I'd be like, hey, man, I'm not a sorcerer fucking supreme, so I can't see through the fucking astral plane, man. I can't see fucking through time and space, man. I can't just open a fucking portal to my buddy's brain. And then when you say that, he's gonna be like this. Oh, wait, I'll show you how. He's gonna, like, do a spell on you, and next thing you know, you're in the astral plane with Doctor Strange in the next fucking movie doing something you don't want to do. So, that is mine. I think it'd be cool to be in his house. His house looks cool, but I think he would just be one of those mans. He'd get too spaced out and start going on
dude.
and he'd be like fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson doesn't even know what he's talking about, man. I'm the Sorcerer Supreme, man. And then he'd go into he'd break the fourth wall, which he's not supposed to do, and he'd just be like, You read my nobody reads my comics, man, but I'm the best, man. And it's just like, dude, you're not.
It's such a bummer, dude.
Yeah, this is why nobody's reading your books, because you make them think too hard. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Old Strange is good.
Hold on, Steve. You mean to tell me that the movement of Mars is gonna determine whether Becky has a bad fucking day? Just for her. The fucking stars are gonna tell me what I should do in my fucking life. No, they tell me when I gotta plan shit, you moron.
Fucking.
And that's how Juju ended up in the mirror universe.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
Or I'd pick up a fucking book and try to read it, and just something horrible would just
yeah,
go
you know
wrong.
what I mean? Like you can't do shit at that man's house either when you're stoned. It's just he's gonna have something's gonna be in a glass jar with a light, and you're gonna open it and put the bracelet on. Next thing you know, you turn into a beast of the night, and it's just like, yo, what the fuck? And the only way to get rid of it is to kill your cousin, because it's fucking strange.
Dude, I got kind of a weird one for a weird reason. All right, Charles Xavier.
Yeah,
So I
fuck
feel
that.
like if you got him gassed up on the wrong Maui Wowie, he's people's brains are gonna melt in their heads, and it's like, fuck, I just broke Charles Xavier.
Nah, dude. As I say, he's gonna green out. He's gonna be hearing too many thoughts and his own thoughts, and he's just gonna wig out, bro. He's gonna have a bad trip on pot. I just wouldn't want to smoke weed with the dude. That, or he's gonna start reading your brain, and he's gonna be like, "Why are you thinking that?" You'd be like, "No, I'm not." And he's gonna be like, "Dude, come on, I'm Professor X," and you're like, "Fuck, you are. Damn it, can't lie to you."
Dude.
This is. I feel gross now. You're reading my thoughts.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I mean, it's fun. You guys let us know in the comments, who do you not want to get stoned with in the Marvel Universe? Let us know down below. You know what I mean? Let me hear it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude. I don't know. Fucking. Oh, dude. That's what's fun about comics though, is the more you read, you start to develop you kind of do start to develop actual relationships with characters, even though it's a one-way street, low key.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't know. There's definitely I have guilty pleasures. I see a certain book of a character, I'm buying it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this is me all day. Don't care if I don't like the writer or the artist. It's this character. The Iron Fist anniversary one shot came out. It was an anthology, and I haven't read it, but all the reviews are it's not very good. I bought it because Kevin Eastman, Ninja Turtles, he did a cover for it, and it's Iron Fist against Sabretooth, and that's originally how Sabretooth made his appearance in Marvel, was an Iron Fist cover. So I was like, yes. And the Kevin Eastman style just looks so fucking good, I was like, I gotta buy it. But now that I know they're not that great, there's a Deathlock one coming out, and Frank Miller's doing a cover. So I'm like, fuck, man, once again, a character I love and an artist I love. So I'm gonna buy it, and it is what it is. Oh, I forgot to I gotta put that one in. I don't think I actually pre-ordered Deathlock, Frank Miller.
Oop. Get on it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, Deathlock is such a fucking fascinating character too. Just the whole. I'm a killing machine, but I don't actually like killing or doing anything.
Yeah, you know, he's not about the action, but he will if he has to. I've seen him blast a few things. I'm curious to see what people cause it's 3 or 4 stories or whatever. I'm curious to see how everybody sees him, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm definitely curious to see how everybody sees him. So, I'm I'm excited for that. You know, my pull list was short this week. I think I had like 4 books on there. You know, and one of them is one that I just pull all the time, but I got a certain cover.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there is a Venom verse death or Venom verse or Venom verse Deadpool, or not Venom verse like verses, but like the Venom verse and
What Venom versus Venom
yeah,
universe?
and Deadpool. It's like Deadpool fighting a bunch of like zombie Venom creatures. So I I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna pull it. It's a 3
Yeah.
issue miniseries. Like, you know, like it's not a huge commitment. It's like $3.99 or something too. So it's like
Yeah.
$12 by the end of it.
Um, I will say this though, like as future comic book creators, there is one thing that I would like to start to do is make your cover relevant to the fucking story you're telling.
I
Like
do
if it's
kind of
not a
agree with that.
panel, if it's not a panel that is like the I don't say like bust your load on your cover and give like the prettiest panel, but like make it relevant to what the story is, because you have these awesome ass covers and you're like, dude, like I want to see that, but then you realize, oh no, the book has nothing really to do with the cover.
Yeah, dude, it's just a selling
I would
point.
like to personally, yeah,
It's
I
just
would like to personally be like, the cover has part of the storytelling in it, like built into it.
It's kind of why I do like Image a lot, cuz I feel like they only like at least for like Gunslinger, only 2 covers come out. They don't do a bunch. And same thing with Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. I know like when
Yeah,
they I know like when they first drop they do a bunch, but like I've noticed they keep the covers relatively like limited. Like they're not like a fuck ton of them, and they're usually relevant to what's going on.
yeah. And I'm also like, the covers that bothered me the most is like, oh man, like fucking Venom is in this book. All right, cool. And then it's like, oh, Venom's not in this book. He's just on the cover.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
100%. Well, that's funny because this is geek. The first cover appearance of Red Hulk is Red Hulk #1, 2008. But
yeah,
he's not in the first issue at all, though. There's a flashback, and they think it's Green Hulk. So in the flashback, they show Green Hulk killing the Abomination. But then in the second book is his first full appearance in story. So the
yeah,
first book is like relatively like on eBay right now for $80, and issue #2 is only like 25 or so. I got mine for 14 on Whatnot,
yeah.
but I don't have a #1 yet. I should have bought one when Velocity had it because I would have got a discount, and I didn't do it. They had it for 75, but I wasn't sure if I was going to collect it then. But now I do have an Epic collection of it, so I have 1 through 12 in a collected version. But I do have #2 and #3. #3 is another key. But yeah, I just think it's funny that like
Yeah.
number one is a cool ass cover though, so I get why it costs so much. But it's just like the first. It's just funny that like it's just a giant picture of Red Hulk
Yeah.
and he's not in the book at all for issue 1.
Like, to like deviate, but it irks me in the same way that you have a sick ass movie trailer and they have a fucking awesome song that goes with it, and the
Oh
song's not in the movie.
yeah, yeah. I definitely know what you mean. Or like, I don't know. I definitely feel like I've seen a trailer where they say something and that scene's not in the movie, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Like, what the fuck,
Or it's
man?
like an alternate take. You know,
Yeah.
like they did something in the editing or whatever, and it's like not what was in the trailer. You know,
Yeah, you're just like, what the fuck is this, man? So, I mean, that's how I felt about
like
Long Legs. I felt like that trailer was kind of misleading. So,
that's how I felt about Lady in the Water.
yeah,
Okay, like
yeah.
it's a bedtime story from M. Night Shyamalan. You know, the one who did The Village and that one good movie you like. And it's like, oh, okay, it's gonna be fucking like scary. No, it's a fucking bedtime story. Like, if you were gonna do a fantasy film, tell people it's a fantasy film. I went in expecting blood and guts, motherfucker. Like, don't
Yeah,
cheat it. Like, I mean,
yeah.
at least the village had like a cool concept behind it. That was
Yeah,
like, all
yeah, I
right,
agree. I agree. I dug that movie. That movie scared me as a kid. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, freaked me out.
I scared the fuck out of me as a kid.
That's fun. That's fun as shit. But fucking A, man. Fucking
Yeah.
A. So, man.
Um, Umbrella Academy just ended their series run.
Yeah,
Rainy,
yeah.
what are your thoughts, having been an Umbrella Academy fan from
Uh,
the beginning?
I'm sad to see it go, and the ending almost made me cry. Like, I had to
Oh,
catch myself. Like, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, I'm about to tell you the ending. Basically, each season they have to, like, go and, like, somehow, for some reason, there's an apocalypse, and they have to save the
okay.
world, and it's always different. But, season 4, they find out, like, there's multiple timelines, and there's always an apocalypse, because when their dad gave them superpowers, like let the miracle or whatever fuck marigold, I think is what it's called, marigold. It's like this like fucking magic dust that basically gives you superpowers at random.
Okay.
And basically when they all got that, it caused like a fraction in time, and basically they had to all kill themselves to fix the
Ooh,
timeline
to end.
because there's only supposed to be one
Ooh,
timeline, and the only way to fix it was because basically there's this thing called the cleanse, and their brother and this other girl create this giant monster that just like every time it takes like damage, it just gets bigger and bigger, and when it destroys shit, it gets bigger and bigger, and it basically needed to absorb all the marigold from them to reset the timelines. And sure enough, man, they all get engulfed by it. It like does this snap thing, kind of like in Endgame or Infinity War, and
yeah.
everything, like a bunch of people who were dead are alive again. Everybody's happy, and the world's fine. And then it ends. And I kind of at first was like, "What the fuck? That's the end? They're all fucking dead? Are you fucking serious?" And then I was like, I didn't see this coming, and I kind of was wondering, like, like what was this like whole apocalypse thing every season?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. I really enjoyed it. I think I don't think season 4 is the best season, but I think the rest of it is fucking 10 out of 10. Like I mean, I have the shirt on. Uh
Yeah.
I love it. I think you would enjoy the fuck out of it. I think it's very much up your alley. Like it's super weird. It's very more sci-fi than superheroes, you know what I mean? Like
Okay. Yeah.
so I highly recommend if you need something to watch, you start that. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't mad, man. I thought it was a good ending. Like, I mean, it was a tearjerker. You know what I mean? Like, can you really
Yeah.
ask for more than that? Like, you build up this thing, and then you find out like the only way to end the apocalypse for good is like you guys vanish. Like, that's fucked. But like, they're all like going around in a circle, being like, "I'm just glad we're all together." Like, whatever. Like, it's just like, damn, bro, this would suck.
burn it all just like a match.
Dead ass, dude. Dead ass.
That is great. I love Jared Way, and I'm so glad that he's actually pursuing other artistic things. Because, like, I mean, let's be honest, fashion icon, you know.
Yeah, for
um,
sure. But no, I'm definitely gonna go read all of them because I've only read the first issue. I mean, not
yeah,
first issue, but first volume. So I'm definitely gonna go read the rest of them. And yeah, I'm super excited. I'm sad that it's over, but now I can look forward to reading the books and just recommending people to start it if they need a show. You know what I mean?
yeah. And also good to know that you don't have those books. That's good for me to know.
Yeah, yeah. I only have one. I have volume one. I have the
Okay.
first
All right.
volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I want to say though, my favorite character is probably number 2. So just know that when you watch it.
Okay.
Diego. Diego is my favorite character. He also goes by number 2. So,
All right. Word. I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna start watching it now. And also, I'm glad to know that it's not like an ongoing series, so it's not like I can binge watch the fuck out of it and be done. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, that's like it. You know what I mean? It's 4 seasons. I think the first 3 are 10 episodes and the last one's 6. So that was also a bummer that it was only 6 episodes. Like, I kind of would have liked, but I get what they did, so I understand why it was only 6. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's a really good show, though. I highly recommend it. It's funny as fuck. It's
Yes.
heartwarming. It's violent. It's action packed. So, what the fuck more could you ask for? Good comic book material, my man. My man.
Yeah. Um. Follow up question: do you think it should get an animated series?
100,000%. I think, I think Netflix or somebody should make a like gritty, punk looking animated series of it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they should go like cyberpunk status with it. I think they should make it like edgy and like real hand drawn looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think because they could do a lot of trippy ass shit with it, and I think it'd be fucking good. Because like one of the characters, his like power is like talking to the dead, and like he can't die basically. So I
Oh
mean, like
shit.
you could do a lot of cool things with him in the afterlife and stuff like that. And
Oh yeah.
fucking 5, he can like jump through time or just he can teleport himself to other places. So like it'd be really cool to see like when he teleports, like what that looks like in animation.
Yeah.
Kind of like what they did with X-Men '97 when Nightcrawler pulled Wolverine through the portal,
Yeah.
and they show it. So I mean, a lot of cool things you could do with that show and animation. So I 100% think they should, and I think they could. I don't know. I think they could kind of like do a prequel, like kind of like just show everything up until they made the show. You know what I mean? Like their younger
Yeah.
life, because like they were kids at one point, and they did a bunch of missions as kids and shit. So you can maybe just do you could almost make a kids show out of it if you wanted, and just do like them as kids.
Uh, that sounds something that like my son would definitely watch too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like fucking 8 to like 12 years old kind of show.
Oh, dude. Netflix, hire us.
Yeah, you know what I
We
mean,
need a
dude.
job.
We'll pitch you
I,
guys ideas left and right.
I was actually kind of brainstorming. I got a kind of an idea. I
Let
would
me
like
hear
to
it.
do animated Stranger Things, but I would like to set it in the 70s instead of the 80s and
Okay.
have it a little bit more kind of like 70s glam rock, Kiss era.
All right.
Um
All right.
and definitely do something with like so Hawkins Laboratory has been there at least as I think for the majority of the town's existence. So there's something about that fucking town besides them opening up the portal to the upside down. There's something else going on there that I'm like, I want to see like what the previous generation of kids were doing, you know?
Okay, yeah, that could be tight. I'm not the biggest Stranger Things fan, but I could see people definitely liking that, and I 100% believe they would watch it.
And I would kind of want to scratch the '70s nostalgia itch, like kind of the same way that Stranger Things did for the '80s, you know?
All right, I'm here for it. I don't think that's a bad idea at all, dude. Once again, hire Juju to pitch ideas, Netflix.
Yeah,
I promise
we
we're a
come with the
lot
package.
cheaper. I, I,
Yeah.
we're definitely a lot cheaper than whatever the fuck you got going on there now. So, but fuck, man.
Oh. Oh, we got one more. Who do you think is the 616 anchor character?
Oh shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, so maybe it was. So, hear me out.
All right, sure.
I don't know if this works, but I don't know. I don't want to be basic, but I would have to say it's like what? Either Iron Man, Tony Stark, like is it Tony Stark or fucking Peter Parker? Like I feel like they're like the most like influential like world-saving people.
I I was on that vein, but I kept coming around to a character that was so on the sidelines that I don't think most people would put into consideration.
It wouldn't
And
be
that was Pepper Potts.
no. I don't think so. I don't think
Hear me out on this one. I did think about it. She basically, if she were not in Tony Stark's life, Obadiah Stane would have killed him because she would have just thrown away the arc reactor, the prototype, and she kept it and she put it right there for him to get.
yeah, but that's like
Then, she kind of is present throughout most of the Avengers series, if not in the background. But she didn't fade away when Thanos did the snap, and she hasn't been killed off yet.
yeah, dude, but
So
like the anchor being in the other universe is Logan, Wolverine, somebody who like saves worlds and is important. Like I don't think she's like I just don't think she's done enough to be the 616 anchor being. Like it has to be somebody like even Strange, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he's done things that defy him as an important player in the 616. Like she's done background stuff, yes, but like if it's anybody in that situation as the anchor being, I think it's Tony Stark, not her. I just don't think she's a big enough key player, like fundamentally. Like I think it's a good idea, but I'd be very very surprised if she comes to be the anchor being.
I was also applying I was applying Star Wars logic, the R2D2. The theory being that R2D2 is the most important character in Star Wars because literally at every prescient moment in time, he is there to bail somebody out who needs to be bailed out at the right time. So
Yeah, but I'm going based
I was
off
kind
of.
of thinking like who would be like
I mean, I feel that. I'm just going based off of who they said how they said Logan was an anchor being. Like that's
yeah.
somebody who's in the field, always saving people, killing motherfuckers, watching detrimental things happen, having detrimental things happen to him. So, I mean, I think it'd have to be somebody who's a little bit more like active. You know what I mean? Like somebody, like even like
Yeah,
Ant-Man. You know, like Ant-Man could be an anchor being for all we know. Like he
that's
defeat
also true because
he defeated
he
Kang.
didn't he didn't go with the snap either because he was in the
Yeah, yeah,
quantum realm.
exactly.
So you're possibly right. I mean, it was also like who didn't go with the snap,
Yeah, that
you
is
know?
true
Because I
too.
feel like
So it
if
probably
they
wouldn't be
if
Spider-Man then, because he went with the snap.
yeah,
Tony
and
didn't though.
I was Tony didn't, but he also ended up dying in at the end of Infinity War.
Yeah, but I feel like an anchor being eventually has to die, right? Like,
I kind of felt like what they set up in um Deadpool was that like once your anchor being dies, that's it for your timeline.
yeah, I guess so. Well, I don't know then. I don't know.
Chat, help us out. Who do you think it is?
Yeah,
Let us
dude.
know.
Like, what the fuck? There has to be somebody immortal, basically.
I think it's somebody who story like again. That's just why I kept coming back to Pepper Potts. As crazy as it sounds, it's like story wise, she's prescient in basically every single event, with the exception of a few. Um, like, but I mean, she's just always there in the background. And it's like if she go, I feel like if she goes, it's kind of like it's somebody you wouldn't expect it to be, you know?
Yeah, no, fair enough. All right, well, dudes, you guys let us know in the comments who you think the 616 anchor being is. Let us know. We obviously have our thoughts and our opinions. I'm open to any of them, even the Pepper Potts. I didn't really consider her, but maybe he is onto something with her always being there. But also remember, you follow us on follow us on Twitch at BrainDeadXTV. We're live every Friday and Saturday at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time doing a podcast. So you can talk live in the chat with us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Gigi, you got anything you want to say?
Uh, yes. Read the book Game of Thrones thoroughly, and then watch the first season because there's a whole lot of extra details in those books that are not on the screen that will make you change perceptions on characters. That is
Okay,
my one advice.
I may do that. I may do that. I bet. Well, guys, remember, never offended, always recommended, and have a good night or day wherever you are when you listen to this. Peace.